Hello everybody, this is Yana here once again, and I'm recording from the inside of my noisy college dorm because apparently nobody understands the fact that, the insides of the building should probably be pretty quiet. So, the reason I'm recording this, of course, is because I was tagged like 3 months ago by my friend Goji73 on YouTube as part of this Tag Your It thing that I'm getting. It's like you have to answer 5 questions because some dude from this other channel called Monstrosities made this thing where you tag people and blah blah blah. So the basic point is Goji73 has 5 questions for me and I will be here to discuss my answers with them. So I have my script. Well, at most it's just a set of notes because I'm really bad with reading scripts. And I have my computer open with Goji73's questions, so let's just talk about them. Number 1. Which scrapped Godzilla, Gamera, Ultraman film would you have liked to have seen be made and why? Well, personally speaking, I really want to see Godzilla vs. Ghidorah 2 because Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, in my opinion, has one of the most unique art styles that we ever saw in the Godzilla franchise. And considering that at the end they did tease there might be another one, we should have seen that. We really should have seen that other one. Let's be realistic here. Other than that, I didn't really know any other scrap Godzilla films that really piqued my interest that much. Like Godzilla vs. Alien might be kind of cool, but Godzilla vs. Ghidorah 2 is probably a little bit more above that on my set of priorities. So let's move on to number 2. Which Ultra Monster or Alien would you like to see be reintroduced? You can see how bad I am at reading stuff now. So there's a lot of monsters I really want to see reintroduced. Almost the entirety of the Ultraman Dyna cast of monsters, the Gaia cast, the Return of Ultraman cast, and the Ultraman Great cast. Hint. These are all monsters that we all only saw once with really, really interesting stories, but for some reason Subaraya just doesn't want to see them back ever. And I think the biggest victim of that was Monsarger, because for a while Monsarger was actually one of the more popular Dyna monsters to get some sort of recognition, if only in the Kaiju battle games, which is not great representation for a lot of the monsters, but it was at least there. The whole point is these monsters are unique. Supro doesn't want to see them back, and Monsarger gets the butt into that because he did see some resurgence, and then he's gone again. Because when Ginga S rode around, Ginga S rode around, we really got an idea of what Subaraya thinks are the most popular monsters from some of their Heisei shows, and Dino was definitely the underrepresented stepchild of that low engagement, just because we only saw Recubus, while every other show had 2 monsters. Tika had Golza and Melba, which are, both pretty famous, and we haven't seen them back again for whatever reason. We also have Ganku and Super COV from Gaia. Those are, we see Ganku back a lot. We don't see Super COV that much anymore either. And Monsarger used to be part of that lineup for Dyna, but he got dropped because only Recubus came back. So, if anything, I really want to see Monsarger back. So, I'm going to go with that answer. But there's a lot more monsters out there, and if the question was a little bit more open, I'd be going for a whole huge list of all the monsters I really want to see back. Number 3. If you plan on coming to a future G-Fest, which event or contest would you like to take part in the most? Well, personally speaking, since I'm really bad at drawing and doing a lot of other things, I'd rather just go for the model contest. I think, the fact that I do customs for Kaiju, that makes me a perfect fit for that contest. Another one that I could join in is the video game tournament, at the pretense that we do have Ultraman Fighting Evolution 3 as one of the games on the circulation, because I'm not really good at a lot of other games, but I can kick anyone's ass I really want to in Ultraman Fighting Evolution 3. So, yeah, if I ever go to G-Fest, I'll see you there. Number 4. Which Kaiju film is a guilty pleasure for you? Well, here's a couple ones you don't know. Ultraman, the Alien Invasion, and Ultraman, the Battle for Earth. If you were laymen, people who don't waste their time with this stuff, you would just call them, it's Ultraman Grey re-edited for, cinema. And if you really cared, you'd call them by their proper names. But in any case, I really like these films because, one, I like Great in general, and I know that's not a very popular opinion held by a lot of people. Great is generally perceived as this like really weird and bizarre show that nobody really wants to take seriously just because it's from Australia and it has a little bit of hokey acting in it. But me personally, I really like the show, and the Japanese dub had a lot of very big powerhouse actors that were doing all the dubbing. So, like, say Jack Shindo was dubbed by what's his name? Was dubbed by that guy who played Hayate in Tiga and Dana, and he also played that FBI agent or Interpol agent. What was his name from Kamen Rider Black? Kyomoto. There we go. We also had the first Kamen Rider, Hongo Takeshi himself, be the narrator for the first few episodes, and that got carried over to the film adaptation. And we got Captain Muramatsu himself playing as the leader of Yuma. So we have all these powerhouse actors giving, great performances on great lines. And the fact is, the movies really do a good job when it comes to representing great properly, because it cut out a lot of the unnecessary crap from Great that shouldn't have happened, like when Great killed Gigasaurus for no reason. And it just basically streamlined the series and made it even better. So, yeah, I'm going with those two. And finally, which Kaiju series would you like to see have a crossover, and which other series would you crossover it into? Well, I was going to go with Ultraman and Gundam, but I realized that'd be kind of stupid because Gundams are, significantly, incompatible with Ultraman. So I'm going to go with another choice, which is Pachimon. Because, I'm the Pachimon person on YouTube. Kind of. I will say I have the biggest collection, though. I'll brag about that forever and ever. But beyond that, I really just want to see how the bootleg reacts to the place it came from. Because we all know Pachimon is just bootleg Ultraman, and it would make so much sense if these two were just joined back together. We just saw the recombination of 70s culture all back together as the way it was meant to be. So yeah, that's my 5 answers, and let's make 5 questions for the people I'm going to tag, because, spoiler alert, I'm tagging all of my subscribers, or anybody who actually watches this video and really cares to make a response to this, because personally speaking, I don't think I know 5 other Kaiju fans deeply enough for me to really, just go out of my way to tag them. I know Kaiju Kobe is at least, one of the guys that I really kind of know, but let's get on with it. So, my 5 questions for all of you. Number 1, which Ultra show would you have wanted to see a continuation of, and why? So, I know a lot of people would say that they want to see Nexus or something, and, that's definitely the option going on over there. That's not my recommendation, but that's just, an example. Number 2, what mecha from Toku would you like to see reintroduced? So it's going to be in a similar fashion to how the Matt Arrow 1 was reintroduced in Mebius as the Guy's Arrow 1. So think about that. Number 3, because apparently we really need a G-Fast question in these, what do you think of G-Fantas? Do you like the design? Do you not like it? Make a video. Number 4, what is your least favorite Kaiju film? Now, you don't have to be restricted to, films that people already think are bad. If you really hate a really popular film from, whatever franchise it happens to be, talk about it in your video. Let's see. And number 5, if your house were to burn to the ground, which piece of Kaiju merchandise would you take with you as you escape? This is a really good way, in my opinion, to gauge what you think is the most important piece of a collection, and maybe you will like to elaborate on why. But yeah, that's been my 5 answers and my 5 questions. Goji73, thank you for tagging me, and yeah, that's about it. Alright, this is Ciao, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!